What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Summoners War 2 video. Alright, everyone, today we're going to talk about the current meta in the game, and we're going to talk about how I climbed to Diamond League. I want to showcase the team I used to get there, and I want to talk about the current meta that is going on in the game currently. And at the end of this video, I'm going to pick the winners to the current giveaway. So as always, thank you guys for the support. Watch all the way to the end to see if you won, and good luck to each and every single one of you. But let's get right into this one here, and let's talk about the team I used to climb to Diamond. Now, this is almost the exact team I used to climb all the way to Diamond without changing it once. The one thing I did change was a slot 3 because I feel like it's super flexible. So I was making changes for Poseidon, and originally I had Megan in that slot. Now, as you play this game and you progress through the cups or the ranks, you will find yourself not using certain skills, or you'll find yourself not utilizing a character, because in this current meta, you're going to find yourself spamming certain skills. For me, it's Beretta and Lapis. I'm constantly spamming their skills. And then when I'm facing stuff like Wusa's, I'm spamming Soha's skill. And what happens is I find myself not using certain characters like Megan, for example. You would think that I'd be spamming her more, but I'm always so worried about using my Beretta to get up the poisons and then spamming my Lapis to do that extra damage. Megan was just getting left behind for me, so I started switching the slot. And the first unit I put there was Poseidon. I figured if I use Poseidon, he'll give me AoE damage to match up my Lapis and my Beretta. And he also does a deceleration, which is almost the same thing as Megan's acceleration, except it's a debuff instead of a buff. So I thought he would work great in the team. Now, he was doing fine, but the team actually did a lot better when I put Orion there. Now, I don't really like Orion too much because all he really does is switch the cards up, or he disintegrates the cards. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up giving the enemy the card that they want. But in a lot of cases, in a team like this, Orion's good because what happens is he mixes up the cards and it gives you time to spam your Beretta and Lapis even more. So sometimes you can even run a counter before he's able to play his next card because of Orion. And the fact that Orion is super cheap, you are able to spam his skill over and over again, and he also has stun and attack down. So towards the end, I was using Orion, and he carried me to the 3,000 mark. He ended up working really well for me. But the point of me saying all this is to show you guys that you don't need to stick to one team. If you're using a team and you feel like it's not working for you, or you're not using a certain unit, you could definitely play with that slot and switch units back and forth and see what works best for you. I want to put Garuda here now as I climb further through the ranks, and I want to see if he'll work better than Orion, because once you get to about 3,000, 3,500, it starts getting really tough, and you're going to start facing really high opponents that have high level cards, and then it's really going to come down to team synergy and how you play your cards and your counterattacks, all that great stuff. Now, the current meta in this game is Beretta, Lapis, Sophia, and Nikki's also used a lot in the current meta. People will use Beretta, Nikki, and Lapis in their last slots. The biggest counter to this team currently that I'm noticing is when people use Sophia. And the thing is, right now, currently, Lapis is completely broken. I can honestly say she single-handedly carried me to 3,000 cups. So if you guys don't have her, I'm really sorry. But if you do have her, she is going to make this game easy for you. I promise you that. Because everybody's using fire units at the moment. Everybody's using Hellfire, Beretta. You have Kamoon. People are using Seek. And it's just a ton of fire units in the team. Now, this meta is definitely going to change in the future as they release more cards. People are using the cleanse spells, the transfer spell, and then the poison spell. And then add that up with Beretta and Lapis with the AoE damage. It works really well currently. Now, another big counter to this team is the pony. Anytime I see a pony or a Wusa, I get nervous. And that's why I like having Soha in my team, because she's able to strip the buff and give it to myself. And that will normally buy me a couple turns without taking damage, so then I can get back into my Beretta thing. The Beretta combo currently, though, Wusas and ponies seem to be a hard counter to it. This team is very solid. Now, if you guys don't have Kamoon, you could definitely replace Kamoon with something else. You could even go as far as putting any tank in this last slot, or any tank that has solo potential, I would say. So maybe even a Sophia would be good there. I mean, she's a little bit more squishy than Kamoon, and she doesn't have the lifesteal effect. But she could be good here because she has the no animation and she hits really quick. Now, this team worked for me. It doesn't necessarily mean the team is going to work for you. I do want to show you the runes I'm using currently because the runes don't really matter getting to 3K. And I do want to show you that because I think a lot of people think you need like good runes or you have to level up your runes. If you look here, none of the units I'm using have leveled up runes. They're all green runes at level 1. Nothing is leveled up here. All I did was synergize my sets with my units. So if I'm using a tank, I'm putting energy. If I'm using something that has acceleration or buffs or debuffs, I'm using Swift. And if I'm using an attacker like Lapis, I will go Fatal. It is that easy early on. You don't need to get too crazy and craft a ton of runes. It's better for you to save up your potions for the future So when you unlock the higher quality runes, you'll have a ton of those potions saved, and then you'll be able to craft a ton of them. I wouldn't go too crazy with runes early on, because as you can see, you could push to 3,000 no problem, and you really don't need good runes to do so. Again, none of these runes are leveled up. I don't think runes are that important moving up through the ranks. Now, once I hit 3,500, that is a different story. But if you're just trying to get to 3,000 to get your legendary, you could definitely do it with green runes, no problem. And then as you level up your main rank, you will be able to get better runes. Me personally, and currently, I'm just saving my potions until I can get those high tier quality runes. So let's take this team into battle so you guys can see the current meta and what we're facing and why this team works so well. And you can see Lapis solo because she basically solos every single time. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. If you guys were watching last night on Twitch, you saw Lapis solo like 30 times. So let's do a battle here. I'm going to run the Garuda here for the first time. I am yet to run him. I am curious to see how he's going to work. I wish I had him higher level. He's a common. I wish he was 9 or 10. But we're going to take him in here and see how he does. I will most likely get destroyed. No, I'm only kidding. I do pretty well. Even if it comes to a nail biter, it's usually me versus them. So it's usually my Lapis versus their Lapis. This is the perfect example. Current meta. Kamoon, Lapis, Beretta, Tessarion. I actually forgot about Tessarion. He's used in basically everybody's team. 9 times out of 10, you're going to face a Tessarion as well. And he is triple S OP. Now, forgive me. I'm going to try to run this battle and talk to you guys at the same time. It is not as easy as it looks. So our tank is getting destroyed here. So we have to do something. They'll literally let their mana sit up until you attack. And now we're going to counter him with our Beretta. I was a little late there, but that's okay. And you can see he's doing the same strategy that I'm doing now. I'm running my counters a little bit late here, but that's okay. We want to keep Lapis shield and from taking dot damage. We're going to use Meekin to clear all of these debuffs. And that's the main reason Meekin is in this team currently. Now, again, you're going to see he's going to run his Lapis. And that's all we're doing in this fight is we're spamming Beretta, Lapis, and then we're using Meekin to do the cleanse in hopes that by the time the end of the battle comes, it'll be our Lapis left and maybe their Lapis, and it'll come down to a one-on-one fight. So we're going to cleanse here. We have to. I should have waited a little bit to cleanse off the Beretta as well. That was an epic fail on my part. And from what I'm seeing, Garuda is not really doing anything here for us. I really only used him once, and he really didn't help me too much, so I'll probably take Garuda out of this team. Let's do Beretta again. We're getting close to the end here, so we have to get him as much dots as possible in hopes that our Lapis will solo like she normally does. But he's doing the same strategy as me, so we're in big trouble here. Because again, we have 2 fire units in the back, and we have Lapis. We're going to take out these 2 units now. Hopefully Beretta can get off 1 more here. We have to counter with the spell card. It's the only play we had there. And hopefully we can use Beretta 1 more time before he kills us. So Lapis would normally solo this if he didn't have a Lapis on his team himself. We might be okay here because, again, he messed up his attack. He should have waited for me to attack, so he would have got the shields. And we're going to lose because of the counter. But you guys see, we were basically 1 HP to 1 HP there. I had no choice but to attack him because we had less HP. So if we didn't attack, he was going to kill us anyways. Maybe if my runes were stronger, I would have done more damage. Maybe I should have just waited and see if he would have attacked me. But I don't think he would have because he saw that he had more HP. But that's a perfect example on how this game looks currently and what the battles look like. Lapis versus Lapis. Let's do 1 more here and see if we can't end this with a victory. I am going to take out Garuda because I don't like him. I do like Poseidon much better. Poseidon or Orion, really. Let's go with Orion. He was the one that took me the last 200 cups when I was pushing to Diamond. So let's leave him in the team and let's see what happens now. I do like Orion because he's cheap. He disintegrates the cards. So my hope using Orion is that it messes them up a little bit. They'll go to use a card. He'll pull the cards. They'll misclick. It happens to me all the time. Orion gets really annoying, especially if people put him in the back line. It's kind of funny because last night somebody had Orion in the back line. I was like, why would they put him in the back line? I don't get it. And then it ended up being Orion versus Lapis, and Orion destroyed me because he kept stunning me. And I couldn't play my cards because he kept pulling my Lapis out of my hand. And it just became a nightmare. And I was like, okay, that's why he is using Orion in his last spot. He's probably soloing people all the time with his Orion play there. So now we're going to use Orion here. I probably should have waited for him to attack, but I didn't think he had much mana. He had enough to use Kamoon. That's fine. There's no buffs up, so we don't want to use Soha. We could try to stun here. He's going to use Wusa, and then we're going to steal the buffs with Soha, which is fine. You can kind of predict the plays as you go on here. Like, the more you play this game, the more natural it becomes. Just like any other game that you play, the more you play, the better you're going to get. I mean, that's, I guess, obvious to say. But for me, it's becoming a lot easier and a lot easier to predict people's moves the more I push in this game. So we're going to counter with Lapis here. No problem. I feel kind of confident about this one here. Maybe I shouldn't, because when I feel confident, I end up losing. But you see there, he wasn't able to counter because we used Orion, which was beautiful. If you guys notice, I'm using Orion a lot more than I was using Garuda. And that's why I want to leave Orion in my team currently. He countered us there perfectly with Wusa. We're going to use Soha once again to steal his immunity and shield. And that will buy us a few turns, because he'll lose his immunity and shield before we lose ours. So again, we're going to counter with Kamoon. We have really good HP right now. We're in really good shape. Very confident about this fight. So we're just going to let it go. We're just going to counter him. If you're winning the fights, let him play first and then you counter him. That's the best way to do it. Don't rush or think you have to play a card because he's not playing a card. Trust me, you don't have to. You'll win just doing more single damage than he will. It's better to play the counters to your advantage like I just did there. Now he has the heal block instead of me. And then we're going to cast this as well because his Wusa is basically dead now. So there's nothing his Wusa can do to us anymore. And now we're just going to spam Lapis here. No problem. She's going to solo this or take out the last 4 enemies in one shot like you saw. And then we're going to use Kamoon and just end this one out. And this is why I like Orion in my 3rd slot. I feel like he's really useful for this team currently. He mixes up their cards and it really comes in handy because they'll go to use a card. He'll pull the cards and then they'll have to either find where that card was or that card will be gone. And it makes it much harder for them to just direct counter me all the time. So I am liking Orion the more I push through the ranks. So I'm going to keep this team. I think I'm happy with it. I've tried Poseidon. I've tried Garuda. And I think Orion is going to keep the number 3 spot for this team. So this will be the team I use to push to 3,500 tonight on Twitch. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, that link is down below like it always is. I love to hang out with you guys. I love to talk to you guys. You guys are amazing. So I hope this video gives you guys a good grasp on the current meta, how to counter it, how you should be building your team and using your team. The one thing you should take note of here is I have a ton of legendaries and I am not using any of them. It's almost comical in a way because so many people pull legendaries and they just throw them in their team and they think that's the best options. But honestly, guys, it's not. Stuff like Beretta, a rare card, is going to be way better than throwing just some random legendary that you pull in your team. Now, if I pulled Tsarion or Wusa or the Pony, of course, they would go on my team in my number 3 slot. But until then, a lot of these legendaries right now are just not meta and they get hard countered. So it's not worth throwing them in your team. For example, I pulled Ganymede. I won't use him anytime soon. Yes, it's fun to get legendaries, but I promise you, you do not need them to push through the ranks. If you guys have anything to add to this, please comment down below. I love to hear what you guys have to say. And now we're going to get over to the giveaway side of things, and we're going to pick the 4 winners, $25 each. I will see you over there. And again, guys, if you don't win, don't worry. We're starting another one right away. We do a ton of giveaways on this channel. If you guys see this soon enough, we're doing a giveaway on Twitch on Thursday night. It's going to be a $100 giveaway, so you don't want to miss out on that. And that link is always down below, like I always tell you guys. Shameless plug. And good luck to you guys. Thank you once again. I truly do love each and every single one of you. Like I always say, I absolutely mean it. Pick a winner. And the first winner is JP. Wow, 2.5K. Grats. Thank you so much, brother, for the love and support. I always see you around in the videos. You're the best. Thank you. Message me on Discord and we'll get you that $25 prize. Our next winner is the Tasman. Congratulations on 2.5K. Got to admit, it takes a long time to grow a following, and you've got some great supporters. I absolutely do. I honestly can say that I have some of the best supporters and best community I have ever seen in my life, and it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you. Congratulations, Tasman. Message me on Discord and we'll get you that $25 prize. And again, winner number 3, Kane. Congrats on 2.5. Next level, 10.5. I really hope so, brother. Message me on Discord and we'll get you that $25 gift card. And the last winner for today is going to be David Gamble. My man has been with me since day 1. Congrats, Space. You deserve all the subs. Keep up the great content. Amazing community. He is around every single day. Twitch, Discord, YouTube. I love this man, Gamble. So glad you won. You know what to do. Message me on Discord. Congratulations to all of our winners. And good luck to you guys next time because we do a ton of giveaways here. We have the random giveaway. All you have to do is sub to the channel, like, and comment on my past 10 videos. And that's going to enter you into the random giveaway that we always do here on this channel. I'm going to be picking one of those on Monday to follow up this giveaway. And just being a part of the community, we do so many giveaways. You guys know that. Anybody that's here with us since the beginning or just knows me in general, I love to get back to you guys as a thanks to you. So once again, I truly do love each and every single one of you. I will see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.